we are back. More steels, more mess, and hopefully no disasters. This week the crane has returned and the site is absolute chaos. Stay tuned for some heavy lifting, literally. So we are back again for another episode, and it's Monday morning and it is absolutely glorious. And I've come to see the lads at the Leach, see how they're getting on. So the lads have just gone on their brew, and as you can see we've started the steelwork phase of the build. Now what we like to do is prop every metre on the outside and the inside of the build. Now this obviously holds up the inside floor, ready for us to put the letterbox in and the steelwork point tomorrow. And Cal is here, he's just hiding.
I'm not hiding.
Looks like he's hiding. So yeah, that's the plan tomorrow, get the steelwork in. And then we are then on to the roof phase. So what my plan is maybe not next week, the week after, we're going to start doing the roof. And then the first fixed trades are going to come on the inside. So it's kind of work's getting done on the outside and the inside at the same time. So the project moves a lot quicker. And sooner the customer can obviously get their kitchen back. So I'm now going to head over to Tarvin and see how Matt's getting on, putting the second fix there, finally, after we've had to deal with Ren for the past 4 weeks. And then the client can have their kitchen back there, so all good. See you in a little while.
Yeah. Ready? Make go, we put it down, bang on top of the other one. Yeah. Ready, Joe? Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Go on.
Oh, I didn't know you were going straight to it.
Yeah, right. What do you think we were doing?
He put it like you were going on there, and then on there. I didn't know you were going straight.
What?
No, I don't matter. Oh.
So behind us now, all the props on the outside of the building are all in and secure. All the props on the inside of the building are in and secure. We've had to prop the inside with the strong boys because the joists run the wrong way. If they were running and sitting straight on our wall, we could just board and prop, either side and one in the middle. But because they're running parallel with the wall, we have to prop in between as you would on the outside. So yeah, let's get cracking and take this wall down.
So I've just got to Tarvin. Let's see how Matt's getting on. Wednesday, and Matt's come back Thursday.
Yeah.
We'll snag everything off. There'll be little holes, I imagine.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. But then we'll have them cleaned down then. I'll see the cleaners, but yeah, don't worry about it. We'll sort it out.
I haven't seen them.
You get like that though, don't you?
Yeah.
Put me on the left and stuff, and then just basically take the legs one way.
So that is Matt and George cracking on there, and they're doing really well. So yeah, the kitchen should be done there by the end of the week, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. I am now going to go back to the office and crack on with my normal day-to-day things. Rubbish.
What are you doing now, lads? At the minute, I'm just putting anything you're not using away.
What?
Just putting anything you're not using. Yeah.
So that's been a very dusty day. Carl is now white, and as you've seen in previous videos, that he tans very well, the boy. And he's now white. He looks a bit like Casper. I've just took my jacket off, shaked it off, and it's still dusty.
Whiter, I'll be like one.
Probably like the least favourite part of my job is
Don't mind it, me.
steels. I don't mind the demo, like smashing stuff up, but steels and like cutting out and
Good
stuff.
for your mind and getting it clear, 'cause you get rid of all your anger.
Yeah.
Taking the wall out.
Probably one of my least favourites. But we made a good start here today. We cut it all out. All the back sections pretty much cut out. So I think plan for the morning is get the genies in, which we've had to carry round from next door neighbour's garden.
As we told you before.
Yeah, which was a bit of a pain in the arse because he was like, I don't want you to wheel them, you can bring them round, we've got to carry them, got to keep the neighbours happy, and without that we'd have probably really
We'd have
we
really
wouldn't
struggled.
have got them round. So it was a big help really. So tomorrow bring the genie in, put it underneath that lintel, pop it up, pull it out, drop it out, that'll be out of the way, and then put out the remaining last little bits in that brickwork there, and then
Drop the rest.
Drop the brickwork in the window so our genie legs can go in, and then drop the middle pillar to a certain height just so the steel will go in nicely, and then we'll start lifting the steels up probably midday tomorrow.
Yeah.
Late morning.
So it's Tuesday and I'm back on the office this morning. We have had a team meeting this morning, me and all the lads. So we have got a new lad starting in about 2 weeks time. And you've probably all seen me advertising on social media recently about us expanding. Now, why I've had a team meeting prior to him starting is so he gets to know the lads and gets to know his job role before he even steps foot on our site, and kind of, so he's not feeling lost on day one. So we sat him down this morning, we've just discussed in more detail, you know, what his experience is, what's he been doing, who's he been working for, and just to let him know what he's going to expect from me as well. Now, every tradesman, well, what I'm trying to push is every tradesman or whoever does join us, I want them to progress in some kind of way. Now, there's obviously proof in the pudding. Excuse me. Ben's obviously been here for, I think it's about 3 years now. Now, Ben comes to me as a bricklayer and he could throw his hands a little bit, but now he's obviously progressed to a foreman role and he can take his hand to like roofing and a lot more groundworks now than where he was. Cal joined us about 6 months ago. He could take his hand to a lot, obviously working for himself, but I'm obviously pushing Cal into obviously that kind of foreman role as well, because eventually when we do expand, they will be splitting at some point. Whether that's going to be one of them on our own development and one running the extension side, I'm not quite sure how that's going to work, but that's where I'm pushing Cal. So the lad, he's done his level 1 and 2 bricklaying, so that's his main trade. He's done little bits of other things, but not a lot, so that's absolutely fine. So we're obviously going to improve his bricklaying side and teaching the rest. So roof works, more groundwork side of it, and even the landscaping when it comes across. So we're always trying to improve him as an individual. And yeah, we'll see where that goes. So he's starting in 2 weeks' time. As you can see, my desk is an absolute mess. So what I'm doing is I'm just sorting all the drawings out and the quants and all that ready for Ben on the next job. So I'm just laminating all the drawings, printed off all the health and safety stuff, so that's already on site, MEF statements, F10s, health and safety policy. So yeah, it's never ending. So I'm getting that ready, and while I've got a spare hour, I'll probably do all the stuff for the next job after that as well. Get all that paperwork stuff, so that's all printed and signed off and ready to go on the board on site. So that's my plan this morning. I will pass you over to Ben and the lads and see how that steelwork's getting on.
Stiffest penguin I've ever seen in my life. Time to stitch out some bricks.
No. Like my eyeballs, are they are? So as you can see, I have put the genie in place to lift out this existing concrete lintel that's holding up the internal skin over the old patio doors. So what I like to do is cut it all out around it, slide the genie in, lift it up, pull it out slightly and then drop it down. It just makes things a lot easier, you know. You see a lot of people struggling on the shoulders, passing it down, and there's just no need for it really, you know, if you just think about it. You can just do it a lot safer and everyone gets to go home. Now time to get it outside the building.
Ready? 1, 3, 2, 1.
Jesus!
5 to your left.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Yeah! taking off the plaster now, and I'm going to cut the ceiling back slightly so that when we put the new steel in, we can access the joists and make sure they're all nice and packed tightly onto the steel, so you've got no movement or bounce off there. So what we're doing now.
Alright, got this, get another prop. Get another prop for the middle.
Yeah, I mean we'll have good access because this will be down.
Yeah, this will be out so we can get that straight through.
Get it at a rough height with a bit go in and then bob on. Yeah, good
Not lifting it, is it?
So it is 3:15 already, and I've spent a good few hours this morning just getting all the health and safety stuff ready for our next few jobs. I just want to kind of get it done because it just tends to drag on. So that's done. I've also just come off a Zoom call with a client that we're going to be starting later in the year. She just wants to confirm the underfloor heating system that we use. Now, we use a company called JK Heating, some of you might know. What they do, they're the only company in the country who do it. They basically groove out like a channel, if you want, in your concrete floors and then install the pipework. And it works really well for what we do. So we take our extension slab up to kind of existing level of your house, and then they just literally go through the extension and the existing house. It's all in one zone. Well, it can be in a few zones, but it's all in one loop, and it works really well. So we're going to use them again for that project. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention the worktops going on today as well in Tarvin. Nice quartz. I think we're doing a lot more quartz now, and not just the worktops. They're doing like the upstand as well, so it looks really good, as you can see. And also Ben's van is in for the service, so I'm just waiting to hear back from the garage how much that's going to cost, because there's a few things that need doing on it. So yeah, I imagine that's going to be a few £100, which is great. And then my little car is going in for the service tomorrow, and I know that needs a few bits doing as well. So again, that's probably a few £100. And then I know that the big van is due for the service as well. And if that has something wrong with it, I'll be very upset, because I only bought that in about December, so hopefully not. Morning, and it's hump day, and it's a bit of a fresh one today. Hopefully it doesn't last too much longer, because it is cold. So we have got another hectic one there today in the Leach. We have got the crane coming back, so all the neighbours can watch. You want to see where it turns up. All the neighbours are like, I have a curtain switching to come out with the phones. So we've got the crane coming back about 10 o'clock this morning. The reason being, we've got 2 long steels on that job that we're going to use for the trimmers for the roof light. Now, previously I priced in just to kind of gene them up, but because it's so long, it's going to be really awkward getting that twist on the steels and putting them into the extension. So I've had a look at the numbers, and you know what? For the time that it's going to take for the lads to push it and pull it, put it on rollers, and then genie it up, it's not actually that bad for the crane. I think a crane, the price changes depending on what time you hire it, believe it or not. The later in the day you hire it, the cheaper it gets. So I think it's round about £500. And like I say, it probably works out the same. And while the crane driver and the banksman are getting them 2 steels up and into place, my lads can obviously carry on with the internal steel work. So it's kind of, they're doing that, and my lads can crack on with something else, so nothing's getting held up. So that is a plan there today. And yeah, they're just cracking on with the steel work. I imagine I'll let Ben and Cal talk you through it in a bit more detail in a minute. But the middle steel's been replaced, and then the big steel's going in. So yeah, it's a big day, and I imagine they're going to be doing it tomorrow as well. So yeah, I'm now in the office. I've just come out of the office just for some air, because it's dark and depressing, and it's going to be a lovely day. So I'll pass you over to them, and I'll check back in later.
the 2 steel trimmers are up and now in place. One of them's in situ, the other one is a bit lower, just so we've got access to our props on the outside. The trimmer's right up against the wall, well, 200 mil off. Now we've got Joey here, stitching out this padstone. The steel beam's propped up, so then once that pad's out, we can just drop it down and take it out. And then yeah, once that one's out, that wall will be coming down. Steels will go in parallel to the wall. And then once that's in, we'll get this beam back in. Our new one, not that one. That one's too small.
Everyone get in a position where they can drop it down to their arms. Yeah, right, and lower. Right, swip over to the top hand if you can. Well, get hold of the weight, you're literally fingers underneath one hand like that. Yeah, right, roll on top. Yeah. Alright, go down. So, well, what can I say? This job just keeps throwing complications at us, as we keep saying.
Spanners in the works, loads of them.
You know, an hour ago, one of the old kitchen water pipes decided to give in, start flooding the kitchen, so we had to turn it off at the mains up the road. Cal had to nip out and get us a little speed fit T, reconnect it. So that put us back a little bit, but we're finally at the stage where we now can lift the first steel into place. And
Feeling strong, Ben?
feeling strong, feeling a bit of sense of relief, and I'll be happy when these are in.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's on the genies, and we're ready to rock and roll. Let's get it up. The second steel is now up in the air, and we will dry pack it and prop underneath it and get it all secure in place first thing tomorrow morning. The lads are just behind me now, putting the temporary stud work up and insulating that back up, and then Cal's on the inside putting the temporary kitchen back together, so just connecting all the feeds, the water and stuff, and I'm running it out in pipes just to get away from the house. You know, it's something we've just got to do to keep the house working for him, like we said. It does take a bit of time, but, you know, it's a temporary thing. So that's what they're doing. So tomorrow, like I say, it's dry pack them, prop them, and then we'll get some stiff mortar. We'll fill all the gaps in with mortar as well.
So as you see, the lads have had an absolute chocker of a day there today. We've had cranes, we've had to clear the dry for the crane, we've had steels going up, props getting moved, temporary kitchen going back up. Yeah, it's been a mad day. So I haven't done much filming in here for the reason being it's just simply boring. No one wants to watch me do paperwork all day and kind of talk about the admin side of things, which no one wants to watch, and I wouldn't want to watch it. So I've just had a phone call from the garage. My little car is done. It's had new discs, new pads, and he said something else which I didn't even understand. Yeah, I don't know what that was. So I'm going to go get that now, and then I'm going to be on site later tomorrow just to give the lads a hand, try push that job on a bit. So I will see you in the morning. So it's Thursday, and yes, I am back on site this morning. And I'll be honest, I don't have a clue what's going on, and Ben just filled me in. So apparently we are packing out the steel work on the outside, we are installing the middle steel, dropping this wall, and then I think what we're going to do later on this afternoon is move this temporary wall forward back to the outside. So that is the plan for this morning. How's your dance then?
Bit.
Go on then. Oh. Everyone's getting onto it now, aren't they?
Yeah.
So it's been an absolute graft today. We have done most of the messiest stuff now. As you can see, Ben is just about to tack this middle steel in to the big one. And then that is the steel work then done, apart from the knocking out and just getting it all prepped for the plaster. So the only thing that we've got to do the rest of today now is basically get a skip filled, because we've been waiting for the skip for a while now. We've just got a few bits on the front, and then we're going to put this temporary wall back up, and then that is all weather tight, ready for us to start the roof probably tomorrow, isn't it? Start the roof tomorrow. So it's Friday, and I've got one of them days this morning where I'm just driving around, which is rubbish. So I've just been the latest this morning, so I'm meeting with the client. We're just finalising the last bit of electrical and plumbing works, and just talking me more detail about the scope of works for next week regarding his utility room. So we're moving some of his current kitchen and dropping the floor and putting a side door in, so we're going to be starting that next week. I'm now on my way to Malpas to drop some brick samples off for a client that we're going to be rebuilding 3 monster chimneys for. And yeah, I just kind of need to do like a bit of a survey when I get there as well. I've got my drone, so do a survey on them chimneys and then kind of go from there. I'm then going to head over to our tartan project. Finally, the second fix has gone in, so Matt and Phil were there yesterday and Monday putting that in, so the client has finally got their kitchen back and working. So I'm going to head over there. So I'll check back in later. Back to the lads. Now we are here. So let's go see how this kitchen's looking. Oh yeah, it looks superb. So start my snag list, and it's on a piece of cardboard to build a style. So I've got about 8 up to now. And yeah, I'm just checking the final details really. So I've got a bit of boxing that needs doing up there. We've got silicone around doors, trickle vents need to go on bifolds. I've got a single door on the side needs adjusting. There's a few little patch ups where Phil's chased his pipework for the rads. They need a bit of easy fill and sanding off. But yeah, it's all these little final details that need to be right before we leave. Now, how it's going to work, I imagine the client's probably going to be between 2 and 3 weeks finishing the floor off on the skirting board, and then we'll come in and get the cleaners in. I always price in every job for cleaners. We used to do it, probably going back a year. What I used to do is just get all the lads in, you know, like all the cleaning stuff and all that. But a lot of you know there's lads cleaning and then there's women cleaning, and there's just no comparison. It's like me at home. I clean the kitchen and then my bird cleans the kitchen, and it's just completely different, isn't it? So they all priced in. So when the client's happy, we'll get the cleaners in and blitz the place for him, and then it's all brand new. So yeah, there's not many snags, but we'll come one day next week to get them all done, and then just wait for him to give us a tap on the shoulder to get the cleaners in. But yeah, I'm very happy with this. It's come together well.
So that is another week here done at Acura, and I feel like it's gone quick, but got a lot done.
I feel like it's been great.
Yeah, it's been a good week.
It's been great.
Been dry. No.
Your opinion's invalid.
Wow.
So
Nice going,
it's been another good week. Some good progress. A lot of steel work, which isn't one of my favourite jobs, as you know, but we've got it done.
You are a bit twitchy with it, like, aren't you?
Better being safe than sorry.
I got drenched by the sink waste.
Yeah, as he was looking up.
So I shouted, and then
I thought the wall was coming down on him.
just flapped it and was like, ah!
Did make me panic, like. So yeah, been cracking on. Anyone got anything to add? How they felt the week went?
Went relatively well, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
got a.
This is Joey, by the way, without a beard.
Yeah, this is Joey. Yeah, as you
He
see,
looks totally different.
he has shaved his beard off.
He now looks like a civilian,
And
not homeless.
He shaved it 2 days ago, and he's now got more of a beard than Warren.
Yeah.
But anyway, so if you did like this video, give it a like. If you didn't, give it a like anyway. Show the support, and we'll see you on the next one.
You know, it was...
Take it down, take it down, in between, all the wall. You'd have had that if you got it close.
And then I'm now on to Malpas, on my way to Malpas. So I will check back here.
Yeah. Yes. I didn't actually feel anything then. You must weigh about 6 stone.